Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's online match of Comedy Sports Cincinnati. Woo! We are so excited to have you all at tonight's match. Now, please welcome to the screen tonight's referee. Ghosts gather around campfires and tell stories about him. It's Phineas Hammerhead Clark. Yay!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's match at your home for virtual comedy sports. Whether this is your first rodeo or you're a veteran cowboy of our live matches, you are now our loyal fans. Now, we are very excited to be bringing you the same awesome comedy sports match you know and love, but from our living rooms. Now, just as in any sporting event, there are teams, there is a ref, there are points, and there are... That's how that works. Fouls. Since we are virtual, we are adding a foul to our usual 3. Now, the first foul is the brown bag foul. The brown bag foul occurs when anyone on the field or in the chat says anything lewd, crude, sexist, racist, phobic, or too soon. If a player commits this foul, they will have to wear their own brown bag that they have ready at home, and their team will lose a point. And if anyone in the chat commits this foul, they will be removed from the chat for the rest of the game. Now, the second foul enforced tonight is the groaner foul. A groaner foul occurs when anyone says something so punny, so inane, so dad jokey, so corny that it causes you to actually type the word groan into the chat. Announcer Mary, do you have an example of a groaner foul you can share?
I do, Ref Phineas. Why are recycling bins so optimistic?
I don't know. Why are recycling bins so optimistic?
Because they're full of cans.
Oh. Oh, that groan's gonna just be ringing in my ears forever. Oh, you guys get the point. That was next level elite groan right there by announcer Mary, but you guys get the point. So if anyone does anything like that, the offending player's team loses a point. And if announcer Mary got points, she would lose a point for that one. Now, the third foul, newly added for the information age, is the TKO, or the technical knockout foul. Now, this happens when a player forgets to unmute themselves or turn their camera on when they're supposed to. And if they do that, they will be pulled from the rest of that game. A second infraction from the same player will result in their ejection from the match, and they will be replaced by a player from our ample bench. And of course, the fourth foul that we're dealing with tonight is waterfowl. So that could be a duck or a goose, who you will meet shortly. Now, back to announcer Mary to announce tonight's players.
First up, it's the Northern Kentucky Grass in Blue. Once voted best Scottish brogue in a Southern dialect play, it's Tom, crazy as the day is long. And she's only kind of sure that she's in the right Zoom meeting. Well, it's Cassie, don't give me no lip. And your blue captain, he survived the one chip challenge. It's Andrew Ian. Let me at him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, show some love for the Cincinnati Big Machine in Red. Beneath that calm exterior lies a Karen longing to speak to your manager. It's Molly. Let me ask you, McCution. His order: 1 butterbeer, hold the butter. It's Duck August Sanchez. And your captain for the red team. He found enlightenment in the fluorescent bulb section at Menards. It's Eric. Ha, 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 ha. Now, please welcome back to the screen, Ref Phineas. Yay!
All right. Great. Thank you, announcer Mary. We've all said a lot. Now let's virtually cheer and kick our feet and, virtually break stuff in our respective homes every time I say, captains to the screen.
Woo!
Woo! Yay! Whoa, 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 woo, Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Yeah! Does my eyes deceive me? We have Andrew Ian Adams captaining the blue team and Eric Hahn captaining the red. This is fire versus ice. This is cinnamon gum versus spearmint. This is incredible. I'm excited. All right. Well, captains, it's a time-honored tradition. Please shake before the match.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, it's nice. Thank you.
Exactly how it's supposed to be done. Now, in lieu of the typical coin toss to determine who gets to choose the first game, I'm going to ask you for some help, and whoever helps me the most is going to win the choice. So I've recently gotten into crime fighting, but I haven't picked my symbol. You know, I've been watching a lot of the Chris Nolan Batman, and I start talking like this, but I just don't know what my symbol should be to strike fear into the hearts of criminals. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to find something nearby and then tell me why it's the perfect symbol. Ready? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, I think Eric's back in record time. Andrew, you were back first. Let's see what you got.
I say you should be over the moon, man. Over the moon for you, man. And your crime fighting phrase is that I am so in love with you, I am going to knock you over the moon.
Okay. I could see a lot of G-rated spin-offs and film rights. I like this idea. Very
And it
Disney.
comes with a nice mask.
It's not for you. It's for the people you care about. Now, Eric, what do you have?
I think because a hero needs to be universally appealing and beloved by everybody, I think you should be the Regis Philbinator, and I think your catchphrase will be "Crime! Can you believe it?"
The only flaw with your suggestion, Eric, is there is only one Regis Philbin, and I could never fill his loafers. So, Andrew, I'm giving you the point and the choice. Actually, not the point, just the choice. What game would
I'm
you
still over the
to start us off?
Well, since I'm still over the moon for you, I would like to start off with Fast Facts.
All right, great. Fast facts. Captains, go ahead and prepare your teams. Now, dear audience, for the game of Fast Facts, we're going to need a number of suggestions, a myriad, a plethora. So for all of you, please start typing into the chat some of your suggestions. So that could be something you recently had to look up on Wikipedia, a word that you always hear people using correctly that bothers you, a word that you just don't know what it means, or a topic that you would like to learn more about. So start filling up the chat with those suggestions. And while our fans are doing that, let's get one player from each team onto the screen. We've got Tom, we've got a goose. All right. So I'm going to give these players a topic, and a goose is going to tell us a fact about that topic. And then Tom will follow that up with another fact about that same topic. Play will continue back and forth until all of the players from one team have been eliminated. Now, I'm imagining you're trying to figure out how can they be eliminated? What are the rules? Are there rules? Yes, there are rules. And they can be eliminated if they say something that contradicts a fact that has already been established, something just completely opposite or contrary, something that I think is just nonsense, or if they hesitate too long. The last team with a player on the screen will get 5 points for their team for this round. And helping us keep track of those suggestions tonight, I am so grateful to have the help of Amanda Moynihan, our field referee. So, field referee, give us a suggestion from the chat, and hello to you as well.
All right. So the suggestion, or your first suggestion, comes from Kimmy, and it is pineapple tidbits.
Pineapple tidbits. All right. Your suggestion is pineapple tidbits. A goose, we'll start with you. Begin.
Pineapple tidbits are very popular in eastern Mexico.
Pineapple tidbits can often be found in Hawaii.
Pineapple tidbits were invented in 1925.
If you have lots of pineapple tidbits, you can dole them out to your friends.
Oh, Tom, that's a groaner fact.
Oh,
My goodness. Getting on
Thomas.
the wrong foot so early. You're out of there. All right. Now, let's get our next blue player to the screen. All right. We've got Goose and Cassie. Field Ref Amanda, what's our next suggestion?
Our next suggestion comes from Sarah, who is enjoying us on the YouTube, and it is cooking.
Okay, thank you for that, Amanda. Thank you for that, Sarah. With the suggestion of cooking, we're going to start with you, Cassie. Go.
When you are cooking, you should not use the smoke detector as your timer.
Cooking is a great way to improve self-esteem.
Cooking by very early humans was once done by wildfire.
Cooking was also invented in 1925.
Oh, Goose, I don't know what book you're reading, but I have serious questions about the academics behind it. You're out of there. All right, we've got Molly up next, taking on Cassie. And Field Ref Amanda, would you please bless us with the next suggestion?
Yes, my child. Our next suggestion comes from Margie, and it is Q-tips.
All right, we're going with Q-tips. Molly, let's start with you. Begin.
The unfortunate truth about Q-tips is you're not supposed to put them in your ears.
You are not supposed to put Q-tips up your nose either.
You should also not put Q-tips in your eye sockets.
Q-tips are also called Snickelfritz in Austria.
Q-tips are called snickerdoodles if you put them in cookies.
Q-tips is the next flavor of Girl Scout cookies.
Ew.
Oh, I have serious objections to their expansion model. Yuck. Get out of there. Putting that in my head. I never want those. Let's get our next blue player to the screen. Oh, it's Captain Andrew. All right. Field Ref Amanda, what's our next suggestion, please?
Our next suggestion comes from Odd Header on YouTube, and it is Sea Life.
Sea Life. Okay, thank you, Odd Header. Thank you, Amanda. Andrew, we'll start with you with a suggestion of Sea Life. Go.
Sea life is the opposite of sea death.
Sea life is also the opposite of land purgatory.
Despite what a nurse shark sounds like in the title of their name, do not go to them for medical help.
If you get stung by a jellyfish, do not pee on it.
Sea lions are the cousin to the sea antelope.
I once had a pet dolphin.
Molly, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, and I'm reporting you. So you're out of there. Can't keep on private property. There was a whole movie about that. All right. We've got Eric and Andrew in the final. Field Ref Amanda, what is our next suggestion?
Our next suggestion also comes from YouTube from I'm PC Fast, and that is trees.
All right. Thank you. I'm PC Fast. With the suggestion of trees, Eric, take it away.
Trees generate oxygen.
Despite how much you don't want to interact with them, trees have feelings.
Trees make poor Olympic long distance runners.
Trees make awesome toothpicks.
Trees can be ground up, pressed into a glue mold, and made into pencils.
Did you know that if you cut a tree in half and they scream because they have feelings, you can tell their age by the rings inside them?
marrying a tree is illegal in only 5 states.
Oh, Eric, why do you know that? Oh, you're out of there for having that obscure knowledge.
Have you met my wife?
All right. Well, that means mercifully that Fast Facts has come to an end, and the blue team has won 5 points for that round. So congratulations, blue team. And yeah, Eric, I accept you. So moving on. All right. Now, announcer Mary, with the result of that round, what does that bring our score to?
Well, we're off to a fast start. The blue team has 5. The red team has 0. Back to you, Ref Phineas.
Thank you, announcer Mary. Well, Captain Eric, to the screen, please.
Right here, Ref Phineas.
All right. Welcome back.
Thanks. I had to water the missus.
I feel like we've gotten so much closer through our at-work banter. Now, Captain Eric, you're trailing by 5. What game would you like your team to play for this round to get you back into the fight?
Since we're trailing, I think this calls for a game of counting words.
Ooh, counting words. Great. Go ahead and get your team ready. Now, while the red team is getting ready, I'll explain to you what counting words is and how it works. So for this game, we're going to need a suggestion of the last thing you Googled or Binged or Lycosed, depending on how old your computer is. And while you're typing those suggestions in, I'm actually going to go to announcer Mary and ask her for the 3-digit birthday of somebody that she really cares about. So, announcer Mary, what are those 3 numbers?
1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4. All right. Thank you, announcer Mary. So, for this game, all of Eric's lines have to be 1 word long. A Goose's lines will contain only 2 words, and Molly will have to limit her lines to exactly 4 words. So just so we have that again, we've got Eric with 1-word lines, a Goose with 2-word lines, and Molly with 4-word lines throughout the game. Now, Field Ref Amanda, will you give us a suggestion for this scene, please?
Yes. Tulips from Margie.
Okay. Thank you, Field Ref Amanda, and thank you, Margie. Cincinnati and your game of counting words with the suggestion of tulips. Are you ready? Begin.
Tulips!
These are small.
Yeah.
Much better.
Huge.
You like?
Oh.
Grandma's gift.
Grandma.
Remember her?
Oh.
She's visiting.
Today?
Yes, today.
Vacuum.
Not ready?
No.
My grandchildren.
Grandma.
Hello, Grandma.
Oh, you brought me tulips.
Yep.
Favorite.
Oh, you forgot I'm allergic.
No.
Oh.
I am a little.
Inheritance.
9.
Benadryl or
Epinephrine.
1.
And that's time. All right. All right. Excellent job, Cincinnati. Big Machine in red. Nice job with your game of counting words. Now, fans, we're going to need you to keep that game locked in your minds and your hearts so that you can recall it in a few minutes after we see this next game, because it'll be up to you to choose whether you prefer the red team's game or the blue team's game. But for now, can I have Captain Andrew to the screen, please?
Hi.
Hi, buddy. What game would you like to play for this round?
Ooh, could we play season announcement?
Oh, well, I don't see any legislature banning it. Yes, you can. So go ahead.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, but before I forget, who will be making the announcement?
I guess it'd be me.
Well, naturally. Shouldn't have asked. All right. Go ahead and get ready. Now, folks, for the game of season announcement, we're first going to need to get rid of Captain Andrew. So Kirk in the control room will move him. Looks like he has already done that expeditiously. To play this, we're going to need 3 suggestions. So in the chat section, start typing one of these 3 things. We're going to need some examples of a television show or a movie that has not yet been made into a musical. So TV show or movie that has not been turned into a Broadway musical. That's the first category for which we're going to need some suggestions. Our second category of suggestions we're going to need is a famous performer whose first or last name starts with the letter L. So any famous entertainer with the first or last name starting with L will be great. And our third category for suggestions is a celebrity who is sadly no longer with us. So somebody that might tickle our funny bones from beyond the grave tonight. So while you're typing those in, this is how the game works. When Captain Andrew comes back into the room, the remaining players will be interviewing him about his theater's upcoming season. So what Andrew won't know is that the highlight of the season will be a musical based on a show that you've suggested starring one of those performers at the Dead Celebrity Theater. Tom and Cassie will be in the audience asking questions to help Andrew figure that out. Now, if Andrew gets all 3 of the clues or the elements of the musical right, then the team will get a bonus point. Now, Field Ref Amanda, the suggestions have been pouring in. What can you tell us about this production?
All right. So this production, it's a new musical about Little House on the Prairie. And let's see, you need an L name, is that correct?
Yes, ideally.
Lawrence. And we're going to go with Joan Rivers for our dearly departed celebrity.
Lawrence who?
Oh, sorry, Lawrence Welk. For the L name is Lawrence, because I didn't get just a regular L name. So I'm using the
Okay.
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna step in and mention that Lady Gaga, who is still alive, would probably be a better star of the musical.
Okay, starring Lady Gaga, and then we have Joan Rivers.
Okay, so we've got Little House on the Prairie, the musical, starring Lady Gaga at the Joan Rivers Theater. Is that correct?
This is correct.
All right, thank you, Field Ref Amanda. Let's bring Andrew back into the room, Kirk, in the control room.
Sure. If everybody will type into the chat really quickly and make all of these suggestions go away.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Hello.
Okay, it looks like we've got Captain Andrew back. So, Northern Kentucky Grass in blue, and your game of season announcement. Are you ready? Begin.
Hello, I am George St. George, Artistic Director. I know you thought I would have stepped down after last season where I mounted a 2-hour-long production of Star Wars Saga, including Disney Plus series, as a one-woman show starring Eva Longoria, but I'm still here. I'm here to announce another wonderful season. You probably have questions or comments, so let's get to it then. Yes, you.
Well, as you know, I'm Rock Handsome, the leading actor of this production company. I'm wondering if the new show will have a role for me. Could you give us an inkling of what it's about?
Of course, you're my favorite star. You are my number one, except for this production, you'll be my number two, but still, you will have a place. I'm sure if I had notes on it, I would tell you, but the time will come to tell you when I feel like it. Any other comments? Yes, you.
Oh, why, yes. I'm Charlotte Bonundrum, reporting for Electric Literature. I'd like to inquire about the books behind you. You seem to have quite a lot of chapter books for young adults and school-aged children, written by authors who go by 3 names. You must be a well-read man.
Perhaps. I am. Beverly, clearly you're not talking about that. Because that's 2 names, not 3. Yes. Don't let the books fool you. They're just decoratage. Any other questions? Comments? Yes. Oh, yes.
Last year's season was a little bland. Will this production be wilder?
Oh! Yes! Yes, it will be. You thought Star Wars Saga was bland. Oh, you're going to wait and see how wild it gets when we do Little House on the Prairie, the musical. Yes. Next question. Anybody? Yes, you, right there. Yeah.
Why, yes, you seem to be omitting all of the stars of the play, like you don't want to reveal something. You have a very excellent poker face that I just can't read.
That's right. Some people thought actress Jennifer Tilly was just a one-hit wonder, but she was actually a masterful poker player, which has nothing to do with this production, mind you. Just a fan. Yes. So, yes. Next question. Yes, you.
Well, I understand you're going to cast the Michael Landon role with a woman, but
Yes,
the
naturally.
suggestion I heard, it sounds, this actress is perhaps from in the shallow ends of the acting pool.
Oh, well, let me tell you, we had to cut our lead actor's budget, his pay, in order to afford her, because Stephanie Giamatti, otherwise known as Lady Gaga, is here. Yes. As Michael Landon, naturally. Yeah. Any more comments? I know I've made a couple changes this season. Yes. You, yes.
Yes, will there be any bodies of water in the play? I know that there are many on the prairie.
Yes, there are. Oh, I wish you were a bit specific about your question. No, but that would be a bit too much. Yes, any other? You look questionable. Yes, you.
I've heard there's some talk about renaming the theater where this will be done, and I'm just wondering. In the past, it's always been a haven for stand-up comedy. Will that change if it's renamed, or stay the same?
Yes. No. You know, what is comedy these days? Bodies of water and comedy, and it's just a Ricky Lake of wonderfulness. Oh, it's hot in here. Is anybody else warm? Yes, you.
Yes, I would like to inquire about your favorite Catholic saint who was burned at the stake for witchcraft.
Yes. Now, just shot in the dark here, but you know what? I'm going to say my favorite would be Joan of Arc. followed by Madonna. In that order. Next question. Yes, you.
I'm sorry, but the suggestions I've heard for the name of the new theater, I'm feeling, well, I just want to, cry me a
river. You want me to cry you a river? Like a river phoenix? Or like a cry you like a river song, or cry you like a Justin Timberlake river?
No, just like a river.
Just a river. That's it. Just a river. Next question.
I heard that Harrison Ford would make a cameo as his titular character, but in drag, like as a woman. What would that name be? Of his character?
You can't mean the famous drag queen Han Yolo. No.
The one that wears a hat and has like a whip thing.
Oh, you mean Spinderella Jones, Indiana Jones. Yes, a secret guest. Yes.
Yeah. Hi. I've heard that you're going to rename the theater. I mean, can we talk?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Oh, the stories I have about Joan Rivers. Woo! She is amazing. And that's why I've named this theater after her, the Joan Rivers Theater. I don't care what you think, but I want to thank you all for joining me. It's so hot. For the announcement of Little House on the Prairie, the musical starring Lady Gaga as Michael Landon, and only seen at the Joan Rivers Theater. Good night.
And that's mercifully time. Oh, I thought Andrew was about to pass out, but what a wonderful game. So now, fans, it is your tall task to decide whose game in that head-to-head round you liked better. Was it the Cincinnati Big Machine in red with their game of counting words, or was it the Northern Kentucky Grass in Blue with their game announcement? So go ahead and type red or blue into the chat, and announcer Mary will tally up those votes. And while she's doing that, we are going to hear a special announcement. Did you miss it? Did you miss the announcement? But something tells me a slower and more easily visible one from Kirk in the control room is imminent. So hold on to your butts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be talking here. Now, so I do have an announcement. Sorry, my bad. As part of Cincinnati Landmark Productions Summer Camp series this summer, I'm winning here. Comedy Sports Cincinnati will be teaching 4 one-week improv camps starting the week of July 12th. The camps will be divided into 2 age groups, 8 to 10 and 11 to 14. Every camp week will end with a camp showcase exclusively for friends and family. If you want more information or to sign up, you can check out our Facebook page or visit madcapeducationcenter.com. That's madcapeducationcenter.com. Back to you, Ref Phineas. Come back quicker than I did.
All right. Let's give it up one more time for our Comedy Sports Cincinnati manager, Kirk. As they say, the best announcements are made in the oven, not in the microwave. So no worries there. Now, that ought to be it for voting. So, announcer Mary, who won that round and what does that bring our score to?
Well, Ref Phineas, it was a close one, but the red team got the points. So it's a tie game, 5-5. Back to you, Ref Phineas.
Now, Announcer Mary, I must admit, I have been delinquent in my duties as ref. I forgot to award the blue team their bonus point that was hard won in their round of season announcement. So please do add that to their total.
Will do.
Thank you very much. Pardon the oversight. So now it is time for the refs challenge round for me. And I want to challenge these folks to the game of superhero eulogy. Now, for this game, the first thing we're going to need is something that would never fit underneath your couch. So anything that falls into that category, please type those suggestions into the chat. And while you're doing that, I have some unfortunate news to share. Our community has lost a real champion of the city this weekend, and I can't really bring myself to say it out loud. So at this grave hour, Field Ref Amanda, would you look in the chat and tell these people who we lost?
Yes, I'm very, very sad to share that we have lost Super Comforter Man.
That's hearing you say it just made it that much more real. Well, folks, we will now hear from some of the most important people in Super Comforter Man's life. Players, in your game of superhero eulogy, begin.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm Sheeta. I was Mr. Comforter Man, girlfriend, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. The world is just a little colder, you know? A little more rough around the edges. But you know, at least he's in peace. I feel like a weight has been lifted from me. Please enjoy the snacks.
Hey, I'm Mr. Super Comforter Man's evil twin, Duvet. You know, I gave it to my brother that everyone knew what he was. Everyone looks at me. They say, "What does that do? Does it go on?" Excuse me. Does it go on top of the blanket? Is it just a decoration? Is it supposed to keep me warm? I don't even think I know without my comforter here. But the world will be more unsafe now that I'm the sole blanket on your bed top.
My name is Jimmy Phipps with the Daily Fleece. I had the great privilege of covering Comforter Man through his entire career, you know, and I gotta say, you know, there's usually a great chasm between the heroes and the people they protect, but this man, he had a warmth. He had a warmth about him that just made you feel like the whole city was just bundled up and safe. And I gotta say, you know, just when you thought he was down, he'd come right back up, and he'd just wrap things up. And I just gotta say, you know, without him around, there's really nothing interesting to report on in this town. So I'm gonna tender my resignation, and I'm gonna start an ocelot farm. But we had good years, Comforter Man, good years. You always brought the heat.
As you know, I am Super Comforter Man Senior, and when I retired and passed the mantle on to the dearly departed, I never expected he would precede me in death. So, of course, I do not have a eulogy prepared. It's quite unexpected. And, of course, in this business, when you make your own bed and then lie in it, but I feel somewhat responsible for the dearly departed's death. You know, I am the one who trained him, and I taught him all that he knows. I just feel responsible somehow. And of course, there was that unfortunate posting I made on Facebook revealing his weakness for green kryptonite gowns. I shouldn't have told people that was his Achilles heel, but well, anyway, God bless him. And if there's anyone who wants to take his place, I'm always there to help train them. Thank you.
Dr. Furnace here. We work together all the time. Different fronts. I would work from the basement and just blow harder into the whole house. And, you know, between the two of us, nobody got cold feet, you know? We could keep the cold out all winter long together. It seems like now I'm gonna have to work a lot harder. And I was there when he would come visit me. I was there when they put him in the washer and they put the wrong setting in. I saw the whole thing. The horror. The horror.
Hello, it's me, the living 3D. Team member of Furnace Man and Comforter Man, part of the Just Us League. Yes, that's right. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but Furnace Man always rubbed it in my face how flat he was. Just flat. He would always just lay there. Even in the comic book pages, he was flat. Just flat. Not even popping out at all. Nothing. You know what? I'm going to admit it. It was me. I put him in the washing machine with the green kryptonite dress because I knew it would kill him because he would just lay there. I am the living 3D. He could have fluffed himself up and had a bit of texture, but no, he would just be flat. I would do it again. I would do it to any one of you who would be just linear in 2D. That's not how this world works. What do you mean? No, don't arrest me. I didn't mean it. No.
And that's time. And to think he was such a comforter that he couldn't fit under a couch. Crazy. So, fans, now it is your job to vote on whether you thought the red or the blue team acquitted themselves better in that last head-to-head refs challenge round. So type red or blue into the chat, and let's see who takes the 5 points for this round. In the meantime, let's take a look while we see what else CSz, or Comedy Sports Cincinnati, can do for you. All right. So, some great stuff there. Remember to keep that in mind next time you need anything hilarious done for you. But, Announcer Mary, do we have a result for that round, and what does that bring our score to?
We do. There were many points, but the red team prevailed yet again. Cincinnati Big Machine has 10. Northern Kentucky Grass has 6. Back to you, Ref Phineas.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a close match on our hands, and this will bring us to the last round for the night. So let's get all the players on the screen for the game of Let Me Tell You Something, Brother. So, for suggestions for this round, we would like our fans to think about animals, the occupation of an aunt or an uncle, a hobby, a skill you'd like to learn, anything of that nature. The players will then become legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan, trademark totally expired like 10 years ago, so we're good. And they will let you know what would happen if they got into the ring with your suggestions. Now, this is a Groner achievement game, so the likes of nearly double Groner Fowley Tom Long will do well in this game. The Groner foul is completely thrown out, so for every good pun, the player will get a point for their team. Now, Field Ref Amanda, please give us a suggestion from the chat.
All right. From Tony, we have muscle milk.
All right. Starting with muscle milk. Players in your game of Let Me Tell You Something, Brother. Are you ready? Begin. Okay, Andrew, Ian Adams.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you get in the ring with me, I'm going to take your bicep and I'm going to wring it out into a glass and drink it.
All right. Eric Kahn.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you get in the ring, you're not going to GNC me coming.
All right. Point. Cassie Lip.
Let me tell you something, brother. Getting in the ring with me is like muscle milk. I'm gonna pull you out of your shell and leave the shells everywhere.
All right. Bonus point for using a simile. Good job. All right. Molly McCusion.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna shake you up.
All right. How long?
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me. I'm going to rip your arms out. I'm going to rip your legs out. I'm going to rip your fingers off. And before you know it, you'll lactose.
2 points. 2 points for that one. Moose.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the room with me, you'll be cheese at the end.
Okay. Field Ref Amanda, what is our next suggestion?
Our next suggestion comes from YouTube's I'm PC Fast, and we have Chipmunk.
All right. With the suggestion of Chipmunk, here we go. Eric.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, both your cheeks are going to be swollen.
Andrew.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you get in the ring, I'm going to punch you so hard in the face, you're going to lay flat.
Bonus point for strenuous labor. All right. Molly McCusion.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna drive you nuts.
Cassie Lip.
Let me tell you something, brother. Get in the ring with me and my two friends, Chip and Dale.
Eric.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, you're going to have to go for medical treatment.
It took me a second. All right. What's our next suggestion, Field Ref Amanda?
Our next suggestion comes from YouTube as well, from James, and that is feminist.
Okay. Where did we leave off? Molly.
Let me tell you something, brother. Getting in the ring with me is a very empowering experience.
Yes.
Andrew.
Let me tell you something, sister. When you get in the ring with me, you're going to have a fair fight.
Tom.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, and you're gonna have a fear of flying.
All right, Cassie.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, where we don't hate men. We just want every gender to have equal opportunities.
All right. Okay, hot seat time. Eric's on the hot seat. What's our next suggestion from the chat field, Ref Amanda?
Our next suggestion comes from Tony, and that is ballroom dancing.
Ballroom dancing. Let's have it, Eric.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, you're only going to take 2 steps.
All right. Andrew.
Let me tell you something, brother. When we get in the ring, I'm gonna throw you against the rope, trip you, and then give you the old Charles Stone.
Cassie.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me each week with a lot of celebrities that haven't done anything in 10 years. And then we're going to have a competition and get judged and then eliminated via vote.
Molly.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna give you a real rough chop, and then I'm gonna turn you into some salsa.
Tom Long.
Let me tell you something, brother. You get in the ring with me, you better cover up. Cover up, because I'm gonna poke your eyes out.
And that's time. The punniest of puns to end it. Well, wow, announcer Mary is tallying up that final score. We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight for this online match. We've had a great time, and we hope you have too. You can follow Comedy Sports Cincinnati and our producers, OTR Improv, on Facebook and Instagram to make sure that you know all about our upcoming projects, including when we will be resuming live matches and shows. We are very excited to have you all at tonight's match, and special thanks to those of you who helped us out by buying a ticket when registering. If you would like to help us cover ongoing expenses by leaving a tip for Comedy Sports and our producers, OTR Improv, you can do that via PayPal, online, or on the app. Our handle is hello@otrimprov.com, or you can just click on the link that's in the chat. Now, Announcer Mary, have you tallied up that final score?
I have, Raffinius. Okay, so going into the final round. Sorry. Hi. Going into the final round, the score was 10 for the red team and 6 for the blue team. And after tallying that last round with a final score of 21-20, our winners tonight are the blue team. Let's hear it for tonight's Comedy Sports players. We need to say good night to Molly McCushin, August Sanchez, and Captain Eric Hahn. But we say congratulations to Tom Long, Cassie Lip, and Captain Andrew Ian Adams. Your referee has been Phineas Clark. Amanda Moneyham was your field rep. Kirk Hebert was in the control room, and I'm your announcer, Mary Pitts. Now, a couple of notes before we sign off. As part of the Cincinnati Landmarks Productions Summer Camp Series, this summer, Comedy Sports Cincinnati will be teaching 4 one-week classes, 1-week improv camps, dividing into 2 groups, starting on July 12th. Those 2 groups are ages 8 to 10 and ages 11 to 14. And every camp week, we will end with a camp showcase exclusively for our family and friends. And if you want more information or to sign up, you can check out our Facebook page, or you can visit madcapeducationcenter.com. Also, Comedy Sports Cincinnati will be producing live online matches on Monday nights throughout the rest of May. Just search for Comedy Sports Cincinnati on Facebook to join us. That's Comedy Sports with a Z to join us. We'd love to put together a special online offering for your family or virtual group. Let us know how we can help. Thank you and good night.